that means it's your first time. So let me clap first and welcome you specially to this amazing, amazing community. If you want to know all about Girls in Tourism, just follow us on social media. You'll see all that we do and all that we stand for. But in a nutshell, Girls in Tourism is a non-profit organization that is driving change in the lives of young girls aged 18 to 28, whether still in college or recently graduated. And what are we doing with these young girls? We're trying to help them build a career in the tourism industry. We're trying to help them leverage the opportunities that the tourism has, that the industry has, and we're trying to help them become better leaders in the industry. And as you know, you're never too young to lead. Leadership is not climbing a podium and holding a mic. Leadership is more than that. Leadership is influence. We want girls who will be able to influence their peers and everyone around them, whether in their place of work or in their schools. And that is what we are all about. So welcome again. I hope that if you're just joining for the first time, you have a wonderful and amazing time with us today, as we always do. Okay, so this is Yvonne Joseph speaking. I am the visionary leader for Girls in Tourism, and I've been on this mission for the past 2 years, but I've been in the nonprofit and social impact sector for the last, 2 decades now. So welcome again, and I wish you all an amazing time as we get started. Welcome. All right, so I'm just going to go ahead to share my screen. It's going to be a presentation style, but trust me, it's going to be interesting. It's going to be eye-opening. You're going to, you're going to be enlightened, and you're going to start thinking, differently about your career. I know that many of you may be, undergraduate students, or you've just recently graduated from a college or a university. You either studied tourism or you studied hospitality management, or you didn't even study any of these at all. But you just, you like the industry, and you're wishing that you can, explore or know more about the industry. You want to know about the career opportunities that the industry has. You're welcome. This is the right place to learn that. And today we are going to be talking about various sectors, various niches. Now, the tourism industry, as you know, is the second largest industry in the world, and it has the highest potential to provide jobs for people, to bring countries out of poverty. Because of tourism, many countries and nations that don't even have, natural resources are benefiting from tourism, and their economies are growing from tourism, because they feel that, okay, maybe my country does not have oil and gas, but my country is a destination, and we can, package it in such a way that people can come visit. And that way, they are not just enjoying the visitation, but in turn, those revenues are creating job opportunities for the communities, the locals, and everyone that lives there. So tourism is very big. We cannot even exhaust the niches in the tourism industry today, but I've just picked out, the ones that I know that will be very, very beneficial to us today. And maybe we'll do a part 2 of this later, because we can't exhaust everything in a day, trust me. So let me go on to share my screen now, and we'll just get started. For everyone that's just joining in, please put your name and your location in the chat box. Thank you. Right. So if you can see my screen, put a 111 in the chat box, please, so that I know that you can see my screen. Thank you very much. Thank you. That means you can all see my screen. Wonderful. All right, so let's get started. Let's keep rolling. Let's keep rolling. Thank you all so much. Now, this is our topic of discussion today, which is from passion to profession, exploring careers in tourism. Why have we named why have we given it this name? It's very obvious that every one of us, created by God, has a deposit of either a passion or an interest. There is something that interests you. There is something that, when you do effortlessly. There is something that you like to do, either by learning it, or it was just, it just came natural to you, like inbuilt. Whichever way, it's either a passion or an interest. And now, so many of us, we feel that, those interests, they have nothing to do with what we are pursuing, especially for the context that we are today. For those of you pursuing careers in tourism, you feel that maybe your passion or your interest has zero, relevance to the industry. But today I want to show you, because I discovered my own passion. I discovered my own interest. And I started to look for the ways that I can channel that interest into the industry. And I found it. So if you, for example, if you're someone that you just like, you love visitors, you love hosting people. Whenever people come to your house, you just want to make them comfortable. You want them to have a nice time. You go to the kitchen, you're already making meals for them. You want them to be comfortable. You want them to feel good. And when they leave and they tell you how they felt, you are so happy. It gives you so much joy. It gives you this, this excitement. You may be looking at working in a hotel setting. Maybe not a hotel as in a traditional hotel. It may be a smaller type of, a lodging or accommodation a business. It may be a boutique hotel. It may be a homestay. It may be a vacation home. So there are many ways that you can, relate your interest or your passion to your profession. So today we are going to explore niches in the tourism industry. And while we are exploring these niches, just open your eyes and open your mind, because there are potentials in the industry that you cannot afford to miss. All right. So let's go. Okay, let's talk about how big the industry is. I told you already that the tourism industry is the second largest in the world. Now it's even one of the largest and fast growing economic sectors globally. No cap. This is real life statistics, real data. In terms of the economic contribution, tourism generates over $9.9 trillion. This is not in your country's currency. This is not in Naira or in cedis or in, this is in dollars, $9.9 trillion annually. And in terms of employment, it provides jobs for more than 330 million people, which is 1 in 10 jobs worldwide. You can imagine the vast potential of the industry. The industry is too big. So if you are a part of these 330 million people, then you're benefiting greatly from the industry. International tourist arrivals as of last year, 2023, was 1.3 billion. And this is even an estimated figure. Number of people that traveled last year in 2023 was estimated at 1.3 billion. So, and this is even an estimate. It's not even the exact number. So you can see how big the industry is. So the industry is too big for you to feel like, oh, you are just one, you're one piece of the pie. No, you're a very large chunk and you can benefit greatly from the industry. Let's move on. Mauritius, as an example, this is one of the countries that, it's a Caribbean country, yes, but it's one of the countries that woke up one day and said, we may not have, oil, we may not have, diamonds, we may not have coal, but we have something. We have greens, we have nice vegetations, we have in fact the prettiest beaches on earth. Mauritius beaches, I don't know how God created their own beach, but it's not artificial, it's natural. And that blue color you always see in pictures or in videos is natural blue. They woke up one morning and said, let's do something about these things that we have. People can actually come just to see blue water. People can actually come just to feel the green vegetation. And today, the monies they are making from tourism in Mauritius is something else. It's mind-blowing. The jobs that they have created is mind-blowing. So you see how the industry can transform a destination and even transform people. Is mind-blowing. Let's move on. Okay, so push this. Yeah. Okay. Good. Good. All right, so let's move on. Let's now start to explore the niches, the roles, and your skills. Now, tourism niches are about, I wouldn't lie to you, about 150. But today we are just going to explore very few because, we can't do everything in one day. But I've picked out the ones that I feel that will be, very, very beneficial to you, that you can start, thinking outside the box and start exploring. First one here is adventure tourism. Now, adventure tourism is anything that has to do with outdoor activities, skydiving, mountain climbing, anything that has to do with the outdoor is an adventure tourism. And if you want to, explore, you like going outside, you just like being out there, you like things, activities that will make you scream, that will pop up your adrenaline, that will give you this excitement or this happy feel, then you should definitely explore at the adventure tourism niche. It's a very, very interesting part of travel and tour. And it's one that, people enjoy, especially after the COVID-19. People felt like they needed to, appreciate nature more by going out more. People felt like, they needed to do, activities that will remove fear. People that were afraid of heights started doing, this canopy tour, and skydiving. People started doing, hiking. People started exploring different activities that can remove, some certain level of fear from them. So if you're someone that you love the outdoor, then you should definitely explore the adventure tourism niche. And the roles under this niche is you can either be a guide, an adventure guide, you can be a tour operator, you can be a safety instructor. So when you are exploring a niche, don't just look at the niche, look at the roles, the possible roles that that you can possibly fit into. If you're someone that you just like to, stand and watch and teach, you should definitely explore the safety instructor role. If you're someone that likes planning and organizing, then you should explore the tour operator role. So these are roles under the adventure tourism niche that you definitely should explore. Now, when it comes to skills, you cannot do this kind of, you cannot work in this kind of space, in this kind of niche, if you are not physically fit. If you're one that is always tired, you cannot do anything in adventure tourism because it requires a lot of physical strength. You need to, hike with your guests, with your clients. You need to hike with them. You need to, if you need to even skydive with them sometimes. So it requires some level of physical fitness and some survival skills. If you are someone that is always afraid, you're always scared, you cannot do anything in adventure tourism because you would definitely encounter some kind of activities that are, in quote, risky. So you should definitely stay away from it if you are scared or you're not physically fit, you're not strong. And strong is not in terms of muscle, strong in terms of physical strength. If you cannot stand for long, you cannot walk long distance, this is not for you. So let's move on to the next one. This is ecotourism. Ecotourism has become a very fast growing niche right now. And I think it also started after the COVID, after the pandemic, where, people started to, or this has been ongoing for a long time. It has been an agenda of the United Nations where there is so much problem in the environment. There is so much, damage and harm on the environment. And people started focusing on, responsible travel that protects nature, travel that protects the environment. So if you are someone that, you love the environment, you love, when you see waste or anything that doesn't speak well of the environment, you get easily irritated. When someone is, being wasteful or destroying the environment, you are someone that, you get agitated, or you're not happy about it. You're someone that also likes anything that has to do with preserving nature, then you should definitely explore the ecotourism niche. It's a very, very good niche, a very fast growing niche, and it's something that, it's becoming very, very, acceptable, and people are beginning to embrace it. Right now, tourists are now looking for eco guides because, they want to know more about the environment. They want to know why we should protect the environment. But they don't know that if the environment is not protected, we will not have anything to call Earth. So if you love this kind of, you are a conservative, you love the environment, you can definitely explore this niche and see how it can benefit you. And some of the skills that you will need is a knowledge in environmental science, your nature passion for sustainability, and then your teaching abilities, because you definitely need to teach them about the environment. You can see this picture as people are going on tour around the environment. You as a guide, you are teaching them about the environment. You're teaching them about mother nature. You are teaching them about, preserving and conserving the environment and traveling responsibly. So you want to explore this if this is your thing. Cultural tourism. Cultural tourism is just, traveling to experience people's culture or destinations' cultures, their tradition, their heritage. You're someone that likes, you like tradition, you like culture, you want to know about people's culture, some country's culture, then this is for you. You should definitely explore this niche. When you're going into the tourism industry, don't just say, I'm going into tourism. And this is why we are having this event today, this webinar. We want you to see the different areas because the industry is too big. So this will guide you to be focused, to know what exactly you are going for, so that you don't waste your time doing different things here and there. And at the end of the day, you are back to square one. You focus on your interest and go for it immediately. Trust me, life is easier and better. I know people will tell you, oh, you need to explore every niche. If you don't explore every niche, how will you know the one that you like? I've been there, and trust me when I tell you this, it's a waste of time. It's a waste of time because when you think that you're young, before you open and close your eyes, you're already aging. You don't want to waste your life and waste your time going around circles. You want to focus more on the things that you love the most, on the things that truly interest you, and just go for it. Why will I waste my time doing adventure tourism or working in an adventure tourism space when I know that I don't have the skills or the interest for it? Why not just go and do what you're already interested in doing? And that's why we are talking about these niches today. So this is cultural tourism. You want to work in a museum, you just like all these artifacts, you like arts, you like history, you like tradition, you like all the colorful things, you want to know more about a country's tradition. This is for you. And you need to have a knowledge in history and culture. You also need to have communication skills and be attentive to detail, because before you can learn about a country's culture, you need to pay attention. You need to observe. You need to watch them. When they're having their parades, when they're having their, cultural festivities, when they're having their activities, you need to observe. Why are they doing what they are doing? Oh, why do they put maybe a crown of thorns on their head? Why do the women wash their feet? Why do the men wear a bead around their neck? You need to be very observant. If not, you won't know how to, explain this to tourists who have come to a particular destination just for the culture. So you need to pay attention if this is you. Culinary tourism. Culinary tourism is one of the biggest, and I say one of the biggest niches in the tourism industry, because it is not just food tourism. I hear a lot of people say, oh, food tourism is the same thing as culinary tourism. No, it's not the same. Culinary tourism is very vast. It has to do with both food and wine. So it is very vast. If I am rushing too much, or if you're still with me, let me know if you're still with me by putting 222 in the comments. I just want to know that I'm not talking to myself. Okay, so 222, let me know if you're following 222. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, thank you. I wanted to be sure that I'm not speaking to myself. Okay, thank you. All right, we move. So culinary tourism, like I said, is not just food tourism, it's food and wine. So if you love food and you love wine, this is your niche. You love to explore food. You love watching food bloggers. You love seeing chefs play with, different cuisines, different food types. This is your thing. In fact, when you are in the kitchen as a lady, you are experimenting with food. This is your niche. Go for it. Then on the other hand, you love wines. I know so many people don't really know about wines, but definitely if you're going to go into the culinary space, you will need to learn about wines also. So if this is you, then this is your niche. And trust me, you don't need to work in a restaurant. I know that people will say, oh, the restaurant is the only place that you can learn about, food plating, this, that, anything that has to do with food and wine. It's not just the restaurant. And I'm saying this because what happens if you don't get a job in a restaurant and you love working with food? It doesn't mean that that's the end of your career, because there are so many other activities around food. We have food festivals. We have cooking classes. We have food events. If you're in Nigeria, you know that GT Bank, Guarantee Trust Bank, holds something called Food and Drinks, GT Food and Drinks Fair every year. That is somewhere that you can even work with. You can go meet the organizers and say, you know what, next year when you guys are planning, I want to be part of your planning committee. You don't have to wait to get a restaurant job. You can go and meet them and tell them, you know what, I want to be part of your planning committee. And as you're planning with them, you're learning. And during the events, you get to meet lots of chefs. You get to see how they are plating, how they are, arranging their food, how they are arranging their dishes, the kind of dishes that they are serving. It's an experience. Or you look out for food festivals. You look out for cooking competitions and you go and you just attend and you meet the organizers and say, you know what, I want to work with you guys. You would not, if you don't expand your mind to the various possibilities, if you are just one-sided and focused on either working in a hotel or a restaurant after school, then you're not going to go find the industry. Because trust me, tourism is way, way beyond a hotel. Tourism is way, way beyond a restaurant. It's a lot. And there are so many. Guess what? Even regular companies are beginning to include different niches of tourism in their, in their own industry. So if you don't, if you don't open your mind, you will not see the possibilities to, how far you can go in the industry. The skills that you require is you either have to have passion for food or drinks. You also have to have organizational skills. If you want to work with these festival organizers, these MICE companies, you need to have some level of organizational skills, and of course, culinary arts. So if you want to go into culinary tourism, definitely you need to go to culinary school. Yeah. So don't waste your time doing, I'll go to tour school first. When I'm done, I'll now go. Just go to culinary school and go and start your career. We have culinary schools that are even for those that, you're not yet in school. You can just go straight to culinary schools that have degree-related courses and get your degree as a chef. And trust me, you guys are the most sought after. The way people hold culinarians in high esteem is beyond me. So this is for you if, this is your style and this is your niche. Medical tourism. So some time ago, one of my friend, who is a medical doctor, well, she was a student, a medical student. We were talking one day and then she made a statement and told me that she doesn't really want to work in a hospital. And I was like, okay, so why are you, this was many years ago, for a very long time. So the first thing that came to my mind was, okay, so why are you, why are you doing medicine if you don't want to work in a hospital? And she was like, she doesn't really like the hospital setting per se, but she just likes to help people when it comes to their health. And after a few years, I started to remember that conversation. Of course, then I had not really known much about the industry, so I couldn't advise her. But after a few years, I gave it a thought. This is someone that loves to help people. What is hospitality about? Hospitality is about caring, right? Caring for people. And she doesn't want to work in the medical setting. So where else can she work if she doesn't want to work in a hospital? Pardon me. Where else can she work? Guess what? She can work as a medical tourist, helping people that want to go and have, take medical prescriptions abroad. Maybe women that want to go give birth abroad. We have that under medical tourism. We call it birth tourism. The opportunities are just so much. So it's a big niche. So even if you did not read medicine in school, but you like taking care of people, you can still work in this niche. Why? Because medicine is two ways, the science of it and the art of it. If you don't know anything about providing medical service, you can learn it. And if you don't want to even, you don't want to go to a medical school for it, you can work in a medical tourism company. A company that their specialty is helping people travel abroad for medical treatment. Even if you're not the one giving the medical attention, you can help with the travel plans, with the visa, with everything that they need to make their trip a success. You can even go ahead and say, you know what, in our company, I'm in charge of, putting together the itinerary. This is what you need in your bag. This is what you need in your suitcase. As you're traveling, go with this, don't go with this. Those are ideas of roles that you can, fit into. And most of these companies, they've not even expanded these roles, right? But when you step in with this idea, the owners of the company then begin to look at you and say, wow, this is a good one. This is a good one. We never thought of this. So even if there is no specific role for you there, but you have this organizational skill and you have, you have empathy, you have, you like to care for people, you can decide that, you know what, I want to be in charge of handling their itineraries, their travel plans, everything that they need to get settled while they are overseas. Because why will someone that is either ill or wants to give birth get to the destination that they are going to and be running helter-skelter? It doesn't make sense. So you should be the one in charge of planning all the activities for that person to have a comfortable stay when they get to their destination. So it's not about working in hospital. It's about, having organizational skill, having that, that care, that empathy for people, that love for people. You want to see them do well. You want to see them well cared for. And you can explore the different roles there. So if this is you, then this is your niche. Before we go into wellness tourism, I want you to put in the chat box for me, which, yes, you're going to get the slides, no problem, you're going to get it. I want you to put in the chat box for me, which of the niches that I've mentioned so far seem to resonate more with you? Or even if it doesn't resonate with you, or which of them do you feel like, this could interest me, maybe now or in future? Put for me in the chat box. Let me know that, we are together. Sharon says adventure tourism. Wow, that's very exciting, and that's an exciting niche. You would definitely enjoy it if you are trying to explore that niche. Ruth says culinary tourism. Let me have more people, please. I hope you've not forgotten the niches that, I have mentioned so far. Yeah, culinary tourism. So we have two: culinary tourism. Wow, Debola says medical tourism. That's a nice one. So you know that you don't need to actually work in a hospital, right? You can work in a normal company setting, but you are in charge of providing care to anyone traveling overseas for treatment, either for treatment or for birth. So that's a nice one. Wow, so many adventure tourism. That's good. Okay. Wow. Purity says adventure tourism. John says adventure tourism. TB says adventure tourism. That's a nice one. I'm happy that, at least you're beginning to see where your interest lies, and we're not done. As we explore more, maybe you change your mind and switch over. But, that's the beauty of, having this particular webinar today. Fumilayo says culinary tourism with a special focus on healthy alternatives. That's a brilliant one. That's a brilliant one. So healthy eating and healthy living. And for this type of niche, which is very, very specific, you actually have to work in wellness tourism also. So you need to work hand in hand with those in the wellness tourism. And that's the next slide that we are going to share. You will see how, it blends together. So you can either work as the chef in a spa or the chef in a wellness center. That way, you will be able to really focus on this specific niche that you have just pinned down. Because yes, healthy alternatives is a vague term, right? But if you really, really want to provide, some specific kind of meals, you will only get that audience in a wellness institution, in an institution, an organization, or a system that practice wellness or holistic living. Okay, before I start to preach, let's move on quickly, okay? All right, so that's it. Wellness tourism. So wellness tourism focuses on promoting health and well-being. It is different from medical tourism. It's different. And I've explained what medical tourism is. Medical tourism is actually traveling for care or for birth. You know, the person is sick, needs to do a surgery or an operation, needs to go abroad to, to have that done, or wants to give birth and needs to be overseas to do that. So it's different from medical tourism. Here, wellness tourism focuses on promoting the health and well-being of people. Now, people travel for various reasons, and that is why we have these niches. Don't just see these niches as they are just, no, they are specific travelers, they are specific tourists that they know what they are traveling for, they know what they are focusing on. Some people travel to Bali in Indonesia just for yoga. You won't believe it. Some people spend millions of dollars to gather their staff to Indonesia, Bali, just for a wellness retreat. So people travel for different reasons. And that is why the industry will continue to be the largest in the world. Because, when you have vast types of travelers, it means that there is so much opportunities for you that is going into the industry or it's already in it. So you can imagine, maybe I'm an MD of a bank in maybe Nigeria, and at the end of the year, my staff, they've worked so hard, they need to relax, maybe it's mid-year, just like we had June. So many companies already did their staff retreat in June to prepare them for the next half of the year. It happens. Many companies, the ones that they have the money or they care about the well-being of their staff, take their staff on a long trip just for a wellness retreat. That's wellness tourism. So if you have, you have an idea of wellness practices, like what it means to take care of, yourself, or you're someone that as an individual, you like to take care of your body, you like to take care of yourself, you are very particular about your health, you are so particular about what you eat, what you drink, where you sleep, where you go, what you wear, you're that kind of wellness conscious person, then don't look too far. You should be exploring this niche. And guess what? The wellness tourism during COVID-19 became the second largest niche in the tourism industry. Second largest niche. Why? When the pandemic came, people thought they were going to die. Everybody started putting special attention on themselves, started taking care of themselves extra, started cleaning their homes, making everywhere neat because they didn't want to fall sick. So it now became a practice, and now it's become a conscious thing for so many of us. Now, the spa, where we have spa, wellness centers, they were not making so much money before, but during the pandemic and now after, they are now turning over millions in revenue. Why? Because, now there is so much pressure. People need to relax. They go to the spa, they relax. Now, some people say, oh, but I can't be 40 and I cannot bend my back. I'm going to a fitness instructor to get fit, to help me get fit. People hire fitness instructors, they start going to the gym. Then some people feel, oh, I've not been taking care of my, paying attention to my well-being, my health, my skin, my face, my looks, my food. They started going for wellness events, wellness retreats, wellness this and that. So if you're someone that you as an individual, I'm speaking to individuals now. You as an individual, you're very conscious about your health. Don't think that, oh, I'm in the wrong profession. I should actually be in medicine. No, you're not in the wrong profession. You are in the right profession, because with that, your wellness consciousness, you can actually explore and excel in the wellness niche. So this is it. You just need to understand, have some level of wellness practices, management skills, interpersonal skills. That's all you need. Start your career by working either in a wellness center, in a spa, or, in anything that symbolizes wellness. Start your career there. Grow in it. Before you know it, you yourself will start organizing retreats for companies. You start helping them plan their itineraries to come for wellness retreats, either in your company center or in your own center. So think like, expand your mind to the various possibilities that the industry can offer you. Wow, this is sports tourism. Many of you don't know, but anything that you see, people leave their countries to come to your country to play match. You leave your state to go to another state to play football or do any kind of sports. Is tourism. So I always tell people that every other industry is inside the tourism industry. They don't just know. Music is inside tourism. Your faves, they have concerts. They leave their countries, they go to another countries to go and perform. That's music tourism. Same thing with sports tourism. So if you love sports, I've seen ladies that love watching sports, right? Or love participating in sporting activities. It doesn't have to be football. It can be running, it can be rowing, it can be different kinds of sports activities. You love sports activities because they keep you fit. You can actually explore working in this sector, this niche. Yes, you can help, sports companies. We have companies that what they do is to plan and manage different sporting events and the itinerary of all the players. The buses they will take, the planes they will take, the hotels they will sleep in, the restaurant they will eat, the activities that they will do when they get to that destination. You think people just go, they play ball, they go home? No. If they are going to a particular country, maybe Real Madrid fans are going to, I'm not so good at football. So let's just say that Nigerian Super Eagles, they are going to South Africa to play with Bafana Bafana. They are not just, if they're supposed to spend 2 days there, they will extend it to like 5 days, because they need some days to, move around. They will go to the markets, they will shop, they will do some other extracurriculum activities, all these things. It's travel, it's planning. They need someone to plan all these activities for them. So you can actually work in a travel agency that specializes only on sporting events and sporting itineraries. There are many of them, so many of them. Their own specialty is to plan any sports related event or activity. So if you love sports, don't just say, I want to work in any travel company. Why not specifically look for travel companies that this is their core? Trust me, you will enjoy, working more, because you are mixing your interest, your passion with your profession. Do you see how it works? So it's not just about, oh, I like planning, so I'll just go and work in any travel planning agency. No, that's not how it works. So you like music, why not go work with One Entertainment? One Entertainment, they are the ones that do, I don't want to mention their names, so it's not like I'm promoting anybody, but your favorite celebs, your music celebs, they are the ones that provide all the travel itinerary for them. The plane, the food, the accommodation, the activities, everything is their own. Is my tickets, I'm ready to go, and they go. Every other thing does not concern the celebrity or the musician. All he knows that the company that he paid has provided all the things that he needs. He just goes to the destination, and then when it's time for him to come back, he comes back. So if this was not important, we won't be talking about it. The need for you to match your interest with your profession. it will be easier for you, trust me. If I had known this 15 years ago, I wouldn't be here today. What I mean is that I won't be merry-go-rounding, like doing a lot of things all around. I would just have focused on my interest and merge it with my love for the tourism industry or my profession in the tourism industry and go for it and start excelling there. And before you know it, from there, I can graduate from working with people to becoming an entrepreneur, owning my own thing, and growing from there. So let me know if you're still here. Please give me a 333 in the comments section. I hope you're still here with us. Let me know if you're still here. If I'm making sense, give me a 333. Let's see. Thank you, Sharon. Sharon and Adebola seem to be our winning participants for today. I told you earlier that we are marking attendance and we mean it, and we are giving gifts and prizes. So engagement is very important when you attend a virtual event. It's different from a physical event, right? So you need to engage and follow instructions also. Thank you, everyone. This 333 looking so good. Thank you. All right, we're almost done. We're almost wrapping up. This is educational tourism, and I so love this niche because I've seen so many people do it, but they don't know that they are in the tourism industry. Someone says, "Oh, I help people go study abroad." Lady, you are working in tourism, because if you are helping them study abroad, it means that you are helping them leave their current destination to go to another destination. That's tourism. So educational tourism is simple. I combine travel with educational experiences. Very simple. Anything that has to do with, organizing tours that focuses on educational things. Maybe you are going to a particular destination to go and know about the history of the place, or it's a STEAM initiative, that's science, technology, engineering, mathematics, or it's arts. That's education. As long as you are helping them within this educational, I don't want to call them subjects, but let's just use subjects. That's educational tourism. Then you are also a study abroad coordinator. You are helping people with study abroad programs. You are teaching people, or you are a blogger. You are showing people how they can travel abroad for studies. That is educational tourism. Or you are a person who in your campus, you are still in college, right? Some of you are still in college. In your college, there is something called open day or campus open day. It's not for show. That campus open day is actually a tourism visit, whereby people come from different parts of their destinations, whether from their villages, their homes, their cities, their towns, or from even another country, to come to your school. And then you have this 1 or 2 or 3 persons that is taking them around the school, telling them about the school, telling them what the school has to offer, telling them about the school system, why they should register their words or themselves in the school. That's tourism. You're providing information about that school or that particular campus location. That's tourism. So it's not rocket science. All you need is educational background. If you are already a student of that school, you are doing well. If you are in a good university that your school does campus open day, please go and meet your and you are interested in this niche, go and meet your chancellor or whoever is in charge and tell the person that you like to participate and join the group that shows people around, gives people tours. This is tour you are doing tourism already. You want to be part of them. That's all. You start learning from there, you start improving, and before you know it, You can do the same thing for other universities. All you need to know is know about the university, know about what they offer. I won't call her a friend. She's not a friend per se. Let's call her an acquaintance. She did this in her school, and she did it as a like like just for fun, you know. It wasn't really something she had thought of. She didn't explore the possibilities of it. But when she left her school, she was not able to get a job. She was doing, I think, chemistry or biology or something. She was not able to get a job. And then she remembered that she had this skill that she had gotten from her previous school. She started writing to other campuses and asking them if they needed a tour guide, somebody that could show their guests and their guests around during open day. What does she do? She gets all the brochures about the school, reads about the school, visits the school, takes her own tour, right? Prepares for the open day. And when it's time for the open day, she's on ground, because most of the time the teachers are very busy. They are not available to do these tour activities. She's on ground to show the guests around. The guests won't be asking her, are you a student or a teacher of this school? No, the information she's passing to them is what they need and is what they want. She's giving them all the information they need. And at the end of the tour, she gets paid and she goes home. So you can see how this industry is just too vast. You cannot say, I can't find my niche. I can't find what I do. I don't know where to work, or I don't know what to do. It's not possible. It's not possible. Volunteerism is volunteering plus tourism. Now, I did this when, back in the days when I loved volunteering, right? So I used to go for all these, volunteering activities, beach day cleanup, environmental wash day, so many different activities, teach a student day, different activities. I used to do this a lot and I enjoy it so much. So if you're someone that likes volunteering, you like, volunteering is not for people that are, it's for people that are sacrificial, right? Because you are actually trading your time for what people say nothing, because they are not, some may not pay you, right? Some, they do pay now, but then those days, nobody pays us. We just volunteer our time. So it's not for those that, complain too much. Volunteerism is for those with passion. If you are not passionate about volunteering, or you don't have the heart for it, you can't do it. So this is something that people do, especially the whites. They leave their countries, they come to Africa to volunteer, either for health purposes, maybe to take care of some children in vulnerable conditions. Some volunteer for community development work. Some volunteer to teach in a school for like 6 months and then they go back. It's something that has been happening for years, and it's now becoming, very much intense, because people are feeling like, well, there's nothing to life. Let me just live my life helping others. So if this is you, then you have compassion. One of the skills required is compassion. You must have a heart of compassion to volunteer. You cannot volunteer if you are always complaining or grumbling or getting irritated easily. No, that's not for you. Just go find your niche. So volunteerism explains it all. It's combining volunteering with travel. You can travel from your state to another state to volunteer for a particular event or an activity, a community work. Just look for NGOs, look for volunteer organizations that you can work with, if this is for you. Religious tourism. Religious tourism is very simple. People go to Mecca, people go to Israel, Jerusalem for for pilgrimage. It's easy. So there are specific companies, right, that their job is to plan all these pilgrimage activities. They don't do any other type of travel. They focus on travel for religious purposes. So people that are going to Mecca in Saudi Arabia, or people that are going to um, Israel, they have their companies that they specialize in planning all these religious tours. So if you are a religious person and you like this kind of things, you also like pilgrimages and all these religious sites, then you can just focus on religious tourism niche. It's a very expensive niche, and uh travelers pay a lot of money, right? Because this is for a specific purpose, right? So they pay a lot of money. So if you happen to work in an organization that this is their core, you can be rest assured that if the owner of the organization, the owners are not stingy, you'll be greatly compensated, or your salary will be worthwhile. So this is for you if you are that religious person. Okay, this is cruise tourism. Cruise tourism is one of the sweetest, sweetest type of tourism, because most of the people that work on the cruise, you don't get to see them every day. Some of them are there, especially for big ships like this. Some of them do 5 days in, 5 days around 6 countries, or some of them do 10 days around 3 countries. So you can be rest assured that you're not coming off land anytime soon. And it's very interesting because everything you need is inside the cruise. You don't need to go and look for anything outside land. Everything is there. Entertainment is there. Everything, food, drinks, accommodation is all inside the cruise. So if you're someone that you like traveling by sea, or you just love everything about cruising, you like this soft, it's for soft life people. The first time I went on a cruise ride, I was like, wow, so this is how people live. Man, everything is inside. I mean, there's accommodation there, nice beds, like hotel is there. Restaurants are inside the cruise, especially if they are big cruise like this. So if you are someone that loves, you love experiencing the sea, just go and work in cruise tourism straight up and start enjoying yourself. Because not only do you get to meet different kinds of tourists, you get to explore different locations at the same time. Because most of the cruise travel, they don't go to one destination, right? They go to like 3, 4, 5, depending on the travel package. You want to work in a hotel, it's not by force. If you want your customer service skills to show, you can also practice that in cruise tourism, because they need hospitality staff also in the ship, on the ship rather, because they have hotels on the ship. So this is for you if you love the sea, you love to explore, shore experiences, you love this onboard experience. This is for you. Just go for it, right? Okay, before we go into business tourism, which of these second set of niches do you feel like, I think I'm interested in this niche? The way I'm looking at this niche, it looks like my interest, is moving closer and closer. Which of these niches? Even if you've said a particular niche before, you can still change your mind. That's the beauty about having this discussion today. Everybody is saying cruise. Ah, everyone is saying cruise. Who does not want to cruise? No, it's a very beautiful experience. I think the third or fourth time I went on a cruise was last year, December last year, with my husband. And although we didn't go far, we went from it was in Dubai, so we went from one end of Dubai to the other end of Dubai. We went from Dubai Marina to Jumeirah Beach. And oh my God, I still have the videos on my phone. It was so nice, so lovely. I didn't want to come down. I didn't want to come down. I just wanted to live on that ship like forever. food, drinks, everything was there. It was so magical. So the cruise experience is very beautiful. I can see some of you have changed your mind immediately. Everyone is saying cruise. Yeah, boy. Yeah, you can be in two niches. It's very possible. You just have to, plan yourself. You can work on that if you are someone that the adventurist in you wants to go to cruise. Yes, I like that. I like that twist. Yes, so you can explore. You can even try it out, and you know what, in your location, look for cruise companies, and tell them that you want to intern with them. Even if they cannot pay you now, just tell them that, oh, you are on your break, maybe on your August break, your summer break, and you have like 2 months for your summer break, or 1 month. You can just go meet them and say, you know what, I have 1 month summer break and I don't even know what to do with this break. Instead of me hanging around and watching TikTok every day, can I just, intern with you guys? It doesn't need to be paid, just for you to get that experience and exposure. Trust me, it will be a beautiful one. Okay, Aisha wants to do sports tourism. That's beautiful. Beautiful. You will enjoy it. You will enjoy it. All right, let's roll it, roll it, roll it. We are almost done. We're almost done. Trust me. Business tourism. This is me. This is my niche. This is my humble niche. So for a long time, I've loved anything that has to do with business. I love attending events. When I used to attend events, then people would ask me, but I don't see you in weddings, and weddings are not my thing, right? I love to attend business events. And that's why people used to think that I'm too serious. I'm not that serious. I can be very playful sometimes. I can see some typo errors, please pardon. So business tourism is traveling for business or professional purpose. You know, you travel, maybe your company, let's even start from your company. Your company sent you on a business meeting. That's business tourism. Your company sent you to strike a deal with another company. That's business tourism. Then the events of business tourism is what we call MICE. Meetings, incentives, conferences, and exhibitions. MICE. MICE is, the sweetest aspect of business tourism, and that's why the focus is just on MICE, because it has to do with merging your love for event planning. So if you like event planning and you like the professional setting, you don't need to be planning wedding. You have no business planning wedding. If you like event planning and you love the social setting, then by all means go plan weddings, birthdays, and all that. But if you love, event planning, coordination, you love seeing people in a room where they are seated and learning, you love professional settings, that is MICE for you. You should be in the MICE space. So when you see all these conferences, you see exhibitions, you see festivals, that's MICE. Okay, so they are not for social activities only. They are more for professional and business purposes. So that's simple. I know you know about MICE. So if you know that you like business and professional things, and you also have this flair for either planning events or arranging logistics for business travelers, or you are focused on corporate planning, that's planning that has to do with, business activities, not social activities like weddings or birthdays, then by all means pay attention to this niche, because this niche is not going anywhere. It's a very, very massive niche with millions of revenues in it. Big, even during COVID, during the pandemic, events were still happening, right? Virtually. Now that everything is back to normal, the business tourism niche has taken off times, it has grown like times 5. It has done 5x, right, than it did in the past. So if this is you, you want to explore this niche. Right. Which do we have next? Agritourism. So we have travelers that go to, excuse me, sorry, what's going on? So we have travelers that go to various destinations for farm-based experiences, right? You know, they travel to I can't remember this. There's a particular farm in Ghana that people actually leave their countries to go to just to, you know, to get that farm experience, to learn about the practices, the agricultural practices of the place, how they put together the farm, how the activities of the farm, you know, is actually tourism. People that are interested in agriculture go and focus on agritourism. So it's not about, oh, I did not read agriculture in school, right? I didn't read agriculture in school, so I don't have any business in agric. But you like things related to agriculture and you have a passion for it, or you have an interest in it, you can explore this niche, right? Because, you know, it will help you merge that interest in agric with hospitality, which is something that you want to check out if you are in this niche. So let's move quickly. Wildlife tourism. I remember when we were starting, someone mentioned wildlife as one of the, you know, one of the things that, you know, when she hears tourism, the first thing she hears is wildlife. And it's it's a very, very beautiful niche. If you're someone that loves wildlife, you know, you love seeing and watching all these documentaries, you know, you like watching about wildlife documentaries, you know, how they live in their natural habitats, how they live in the forest or how they live in the sea, how, you know, anyhow, just focus on being a park ranger. Don't even think about any other thing, because I know that, you know, people look down on this niche, right? But trust me, people pay tons of money to go to South Africa and Kenya to watch the wildlife. There's a lot of things going on down there that we don't know, and it's for most people that, you know, study conservative, you know, wildlife and all those sort of things, and those people that are interested in working in parks and, you know, natural reserves. They are those that, you know, are interested more in the wildlife space. So if this is you, you like the wildlife, then just, you know, go and work as either a guide or a park ranger, or you can just be a trainer or a tutor and be teaching people about it. Start a blog and start writing about it. This is the era of social media. Don't need to wait for someone to hire you. If you are in a country, for those of you that are in Kenya, we don't have so much wildlife in Nigeria. For those of you that are in Kenya, Tanzania, you know, South Africa, you have a lot of wildlife experience around you. You can just, you know, take your phone, take some pictures, start a blog, start writing about it. Who knows? You can start getting traffic on your blog, or you start a YouTube channel and start talking about, you know, the animals, the way they live, how they move, how they eat, how they sleep, how they relax. Who knows? You started a new project. So do well to explore this if this is you. Excuse me. Okay. Luxury tourism. Luxury tourism is one level of tourism that, you know, caters to the high and mighty types of travelers. I've told you earlier that people travel for different reasons. Guess what? Some people save all their salaries to blow it up on one trip. It's nothing to them. It means absolutely nothing to them. I mean, they save up their salaries to blow everything up on one trip. Those are the people that we call luxury travelers. Like, they don't even they're not afraid of, oh, will this money finish or not? No, they have the money. They are the highest spenders in the tourism industry. So these kind of people, you know, they pay special attention to them because they are here to spend. They are here to spend, so they pay special attention and special care to them. So if you are someone that, you know, you like luxury, you like luxurious life, you don't have the money to live it though, but you like, you know, seeing people that are living such life. It's not a bad type of life. Oh. It's a very good type of life, because why will you not want to flex if you have the money to flex? So if you are that kind of person that, you know, you like some of you just watch all this luxurious channel on DSTV and other channels where they show the luxury life of the rich, you know, the life of the rich and mighty, you know, you like things like that. You might want to just focus on, you know, working in the luxury space, because then you'll be able to see them firsthand. Like, you'll be able to see them clearly and associate with them and get to know about their travel habits, their spending habits, their lifestyle habits. So if you are this kind of person, you like luxury things, you like seeing luxurious things, you like luxurious lifestyle, just go and focus on this niche. They are a special kind of travelers. Trust me, they treat them specially. They have their own, you know, their separate travel agencies that provide their own services for them. Not all travel agencies can cater to the luxury travel niche. So there are some companies that all they do is luxury travel packages for luxurious people. That way, they already know about them. They know their spending habits. They know what they like. They know what they want. You can't tell a luxurious traveler, you can't book a 2-star hotel for a luxurious traveler. It means that you don't know about the lifestyle of this niche. So there are companies that all they do is to cater for this kind of people. Another type of company is private jet companies. Private jet companies, private cruises, you know, everything that seems private and exclusive, you know, those that have this, you know, their limousines, you know, they cater to luxurious. A regular traveler cannot go and be booking private jets because he wants to go from one country to another country. No, it's the luxurious traveler that will book a private jet. So if you are working in a private jet company, know that your company's niche or audience, or your company's market, is luxurious travelers. So these are the kind of people that you will meet every day, you will interact with. So if this is you love this kind of niche, then go for it. All right. So we are finally done. Like I told you when we started, this is not an extensive list at all. We have over 150, you know, niches in tourism that you can explore based on your interest. But because we can't do everything in one day, I just had to bring out, you know, this one. So we've talked about adventure, eco, cultural, culinary, medical, wellness, sports tourism. We talked about educational, volunteerism, religious, cruise, business, agri-tourism, you know, wildlife, luxury, recreational lodging and accommodation, music tourism. I had to add these ones. Like I said, is a list that we cannot even finish today. But just be rest assured that as long as you have an interest, you will definitely find a profession in the industry. It is guaranteed. No matter the kind of interest you have, the industry is too big for you to say that you cannot find your own space. You cannot find your own, you know, your own corner. You cannot find your own opportunity. The industry is too big for you to have that kind of excuse. So you need to sit down. For those that are already members of Girls in Tourism, the first thing that we do when we bring in new members is we take a personality test. That's the first thing we do. That personality test helps you a lot. because it will help you to identify some of your strongest interests. Some of you right now you are feeling like, me that know how to do, I know how to do 20 things. We're not talking about what you know how to do. We're talking about things that interest you. We're not talking about things that you learned along the way. We're talking about things that interest you, things that spark, that naturally comes to you. Things that if you wake up in the morning, you're not sluggishly dragging your leg to do it. It's something that you are excited to do. Anybody that tells you that passion has nothing to do with profession has lied to you. They will tell you that passion does not put food on your table. Yes, it's true. It doesn't put food on your table. But when you mix your passion, which I like to even simplify and call your interest, because passion may be a vague term for some of you. When you mix your interest with your profession, it will help you a lot. It will help you a lot. You will not struggle. Yes, in every workspace, there are challenges. You cannot run away from that one. But you will be able to overcome them easily because it's something that you are interested in doing. It's not something that you just happen to fall inside. That's why I said, look within you. The things that interest you, find a way to merge it with your profession. You will definitely see, especially in the tourism industry that is very vast. So the key to a successful career in tourism is finding a niche that aligns with your personal skills and your passion, or your personal skills and your interests. If you are adventurous, if you are environmentally conscious, if you are culturally inclined, if you are passionate about health and wellness, there is a place for you in this industry, because the industry is filled with so much opportunities. So before I go to the last slide, tell me in the comments if, yes, luxury tourism is the princess treatment of tourism. Of course it is. Yes, it is. All right. Before I go to the last slide and end today's webinar, tell me in the comment section, what struck you the most? Just give me, I don't need a summary. Just give me 1 or 2 words or sentences. What struck you the most? What hit you the most? What were your light bulb moments? What did you find, when I spoke, you felt like, wow, I never knew this was it. Like, wow, I never thought about this. Wow, who knew this could be? Just give me something. Give me something. I want to hear from you. I want to hear from you. Give me your light bulb moments, people. I want to hear from you. What struck you the most? What were the magical things that opened your eyes, that you were like, okay, so I've been sitting on money, or I've been sleeping on my career. Wow, I never knew this was this. Adebola said that she never knew that that you can be a medical student and still work as a wow, yes, of course. Yes. Fumilayo said that the fact that I could be more than a hotel staff. Yes. I just get so cringy when, you ask students in hospitality and tourism departments, where do you want to work? And everybody is shouting hotel. Hotel is not even employing people like that again. They are even saying that the sector is too saturated. Then the industry is too big for you to be fixated on only working in a hotel. And if you still like that hotel, that accommodation setting, I just told you that in a cruise ship, there is accommodation segments there. So you don't need to work in a hotel building for you to enjoy the accommodation, aura of the hospitality. Yeah, someone said, I never knew I could mix volunteering and tourism. You see? Wow. Justina says you don't have to worry about your future, because the industry has a lot of niche, like medical tourism. I love this. I love this. There's nothing to worry about. Guys, there's nothing to worry about. The tourism industry has you covered. Just do your own part, play your part by knowing what interests you, and then go for it. Just go for it. TB says, I've always just generalized tourism, but I'm happy to be enlightened on some of the aspects that exist and how much resources. Yes, unlimited resources. Everybody has a share in this industry. It's a very big pie, and you must cut your own. Rel says, I never knew that tourism is such a big industry. My darling, it is a massive industry. It is a $9.9 trillion industry. Imagine having 0.00000.1% of the share of a $9.9 trillion industry. That's a lot. Oh my God, I'm loving this. Just realized, Olakweju says, I just realized that all jobs have tourism niches in them. Yes, I keep telling them, but most of my friends that are not working in the tourism industry, they just keep arguing with me. So, I've just left them. Those in energy says that they are not in tourism, they are in energy. We'll see about that. Those in the banking sector says they are not in tourism, but they are doing customer service every day. We'll see about that. They don't know that every industry is under the tourism industry. They don't know, but we have to tell them. Wow, wow, wow. Wow, wonderful. Sharon says, I never knew that agents that help students to study abroad are involved in tourism. Even the agents themselves, they don't know. And that is why knowledge is power. Guys, I'm not joking. When you have knowledge, you are exposed. You are at an advantage over others. Trust me on this one. You see this knowledge you've received today, you have, it's like maybe you were 4.5. You've now increased in height 5.0. You are a bigger advantage over others because now you know something that they don't know. So you need to now turn that knowledge that you have right now into profitable action. Don't just live here and, go to sleep. Start thinking about how you can translate the knowledge that you've received today into something that can help you start building your career for tomorrow. You cannot be on the same level as those that did not attend today's webinar. It's impossible. It's not even possible. So you have just attained higher heights. So congratulations. Congratulations to every one of you. Every one of you. Yes, so those banking people, they don't know they are doing financial tourism. Yes. So I'm so happy that, every one of you, you've been able to pick something today. Today has been an eye-opener, if you agree with me. If you are a student or you're a recent graduate, you just, join the workforce. Even if you're already working somewhere, I'm not saying leave where you are working, and start to run helter-skelter. No. As you're working, begin to even expand your opportunities in that particular workplace and see how you can, still merge your interest even in the workplace. Start bringing out ideas. Start speaking up at your place of work, talking about what you already know, even in that your niche. If you are a student, wow, what a great time to be alive because you are at a higher advantage. Now, before you leave school, you already have an idea of what you should be doing and you're going for it immediately. You're not wasting time. Please don't waste time. There is no point wasting time. I can tell you that for free. So begin your journey by taking small actionable steps. Go back again and research your niche. Even if I did not mention your interest, go and research your interest. Use ChatGPT and say, ChatGPT, this is my interest too. I like doing this, and I'm also into the tourism industry, or I'm trying to work in the tourism space. What niche can I join? What niche can I explore? You get an answer. And lastly, please do connect. We are on socials. If you want to become a member of Girls in Tourism, you are welcome. Our doors are always open. We don't have membership dates. Our doors are always open. What we do have is we have a date for our 1 year fellowship, which after you've graduated, you then become an alumni. And some of our alumni are here. Trust me, they've enjoyed a lot and they are still enjoying a lot till today, because we don't believe in share once and done people. No, we believe in, a long lasting relationship. So if you want to connect with us and you're already on the WhatsApp group, we will share all our socials for you to stay connected and a link as to how you can become a member. And on this final note, the world of tourism is waiting for you. Harness your skills and turn your passion into a rewarding profession. I look forward to seeing every one of you on this call today thrive in this exciting industry. Thank you all so much. I hope you had a nice time. If you have questions, I have 10 minutes to take questions. Please drop them in the chat box for me quickly, and we will take them. And as you're dropping your questions, keep dropping your light bulb moments. What hits you the most? What do you want to go? What will you be going back home with? And what are the actions that you want to take? Give me some, some interesting and wonderful nuggets. What action? I want to see some action takers. Those action takers will be my accountability palace. Thank you so much, Lady Fumi Layo. Thank you so much. Very glad that it was an enlightening moment. If you have questions, please share them in the chat box. Any question at all related to our discussion today. Let me see how I can do that in 10 minutes and we will wrap up from here. Let me see let me know if we have action takers. What do you want to go and what will you be doing first after leaving this webinar today? What would you go do immediately? Thank you, Lady Justina. For those that don't know, we call ourselves ladies. So that's why you can see a lot of lady this and lady that. Thank you so much. Thank you, Adebola. You're one of our outstanding participants today. Sharon, Adebola, and someone else. I will check the chat later. You're getting gifts after this webinar. Yes, Olapeju is asking, what challenges are we likely to experience as tourism newbies? Well, challenges will always come, whether you are a newbie or you're a professional or you're a pioneer, you will always experience challenges. Now, challenges relating to career could come in any form. It could be workplace challenges. It could be family challenges. Trust me, I've seen parents that pick up their phones and call me to tell me that their daughters will never study tourism because they still believe that tourism is nonsense. You may have parents or wards that don't believe in the industry. You can only do your best in convincing them through your actions, through the steps that you take. You will face challenges in the workplace also. Of course, the workplace is not for the weak, but stand your ground. And that is why it's important for you to choose work that aligns with your interests. I know right now it's difficult that people will say, oh, I didn't get this. This is what I got. Even in the midst of getting what you got, that you don't really, you know that it's not really what you want to do. You need to be happy doing it. And as you're happy, you need to be learning. Every phase of life comes with a learning curve. If you are not learning, you are dying. So challenges is, the word challenges is very vague, and it can come in any form and in any shape, in any color and size. Just do your best and stand on the shoulders of those that have been there before. Find people who have been in the industry or who are in the industry that can help you, that you can easily talk to and share your burdens with. Because if you don't share it, how can someone help you? So you will definitely face challenges, but you will definitely overcome them. I just applied for my master's in tourism and hospitality in Rome Business School. Yeah, I know Rome Business School. I did my business management certification there 2017 when it was still new. So I and Mr. Humphrey go way back. So I know Rome Business School. So you did your Okay, you just applied for your master's. You're about to enter the class with shoulder pads on your shoulder. That's good. That's good. I love it. I love it. Yes, because now you're now more knowledgeable than even your colleagues. Your colleagues now, they are going, Girls in Tourism is not a school, right? It's not an institution. It's an organization. We don't compete with colleges. We don't compete with universities. We complement. I've once been a student. I have my bachelor's degree from hotel and hospitality management from SACOB. And I know firsthand what it means to be in a theoretical classroom. Trust me. You would think that you've learned so much as a university student. Come out first, you will see. You will see that you don't even know anything. Like when I came out, I was like, they didn't teach me all these things in school. They didn't tell me all these things in school. That is university and college learning for you. It's not practical enough. It is theoretical based, and that is how it has been assigned. That's how it has been designed to be. They can't teach you everything. You learn the rest from external organizations like us, and then in the workplace on the job. So you're very, very fortunate that you've gained more knowledge than your peers. Thank you, Urel. Urel, I hope I'm pronouncing that well. I like the name because it almost sounds like my daughter's name, Ariella. So yours is Urel. Urel. Okay, so there's another question and we are wrapping it up right now. Fumilayo is giving me some action points here. She says she's going to get her notes dusted, prepare a proposal, and get people to know what she's capable of. Bravo! I love this. Justina says that she will work towards her passion and read more about it. Congratulations. Titi Lokwe has a question. My question is, can one explore two niches without one affecting the other? Now, there are some niches that complement each other. Like when Fumilayo mentioned that her own focus in the culinary space is to focus on healthy living. And I told her that she will thrive better if she works in a wellness space. That way, she's a culinarian working in a wellness sector. Those niches can work hand in hand. But, jumping from one niche or trying to do two niches simultaneously, I would advise you to focus on one niche. Except those niche complements each other. You get. If those niches don't complement each other in any way, just pick the one that resonates more with you and go for it. So that you don't, drain yourself, because everything requires both mental and physical capacity. Okay, Debola is asking, GIT is an online program. It is strictly online. Everything we do is virtual. The only physical event that we do is our graduation ceremony from our fellowship. Yes, Ayobami says she will go self-reflect, yes, to find her area of interest. Thank you so much, ladies, and any gentleman here. Even though this is a lady setting, I appreciate you for coming, and I want to wish you all the best. in your career and in your future endeavor. I am on the WhatsApp group as Yvonne. You'll find me there. If you have private questions that you cannot ask here, feel free to chat me, send me an inbox, and I will always reply when I can. Thank you so much. Can you please, if you can, turn on your video for a quick screenshot? If you can, please turn on your video. Let's do a quick screenshot of our time spent together. Let me choose a good view. Gallery view. Yes. I think gallery view works. Multi-speaker view. No, this won't work. Gallery view works. Okay. Let's do the first screenshot. Okay, let me stop the share first. Okay, stop sharing. I can see all the beautiful faces, gorgeous faces, beautiful ladies. Okay, let me do a screenshot of the first slide. Okay. Okay, it has 2 slides. Let me do another screenshot of the second slide. Thank you all. And for those that could not turn on their videos, no worries. Your presence has been highly recorded. All right, ladies, let me unmute you and you can, okay. Okay, let me unmute and then you can just say your hellos and your highs and your byes and your everything, okay? Okay, can you unmute yourselves? You can unmute yourselves and just say hello. Okay.
Hello, good evening, Ma.
Hello.
Hi, nice to meet you all, and thank you for joining.
Good evening,
and I
Lady
can't wait to
Thank you
see
for
you all
sharing.
doing exploits and conquering your different careers and your different sectors. All right, that's all for today, and we'll see you in our next webinar. Please keep in touch. We're here for you. If you have questions and any concerns, we are always here for you. Until next time, bye. Bye, everyone.
Bye.